I think it's okay to disagree. It's not okay to hate. When you begin to see your opponent as an evil force requiring it to be stamped out, or that they're, idiotic, whether they truly are or not, or even worse, having a deranged mental condition. You entertain any of those when it comes to the other, and you shut down any chance of coming together. Indeed, you have erected a wall for which no discussion, negotiation, much less any olive branch of potential change can occur. Let's face it, when seeing somebody else as, diseased, doesn't give you any opportunities for collaboration. This type of division will continue to grow the seeds of distrust and fear of what potentials the other may enact, and ultimately, hate. However, it is imperative to realize that in the long run, us versus them mentality will never, ever bring unity. History has shown us it never does. Plus, it doesn't work in a universe where all things are connected. Though you might be separated by the psychological machinations of your own mind, the life review process that each of us will go through when we pass into the other side, and that people from near-death experiences will comment on, that life review will sear into our consciousness the oneness of us all, if we haven't been able to figure it out while we're here. To hate another, then, is to hate ourselves. This is one of the many reasons we have a life in the physical world, to work through these differences and come to embrace this oneness. To truly move forward, we must accept that we are connected and acknowledge that deep down, such divisions only harm us and keep us from advancing. This is not to say we stop marching or protesting. Sometimes it is required of us to raise our voices when we see potential dangers ahead. But keep in mind, others do not see the future as being wrought with such danger. And here's where the clash begins. Nevertheless, our conscience demands that we shine a light where we see darkness looming, no matter what side of the political aisle we may be standing. In a nutshell, what we are dealing with is fear. The right fears what the left would like the direction of this country to go, and likewise the left fear what the right may be doing. However, a wise president once said, "We have nothing to fear but fear itself." If political parties wish to use fear as the motivation to stoke their base, and I believe both parties do, then they are ultimately contributing to making America worse. Fear does nothing but erode people's minds and emotions. It causes confusion, dissension, and ultimate destruction. When you follow it down the line, when you carry it down the process, that's the ultimate outcome. Yes, we must highlight those policies which may cause great harm, but at the end of the day, brandishing others as diseased or uneducated morons will not move any of us forward and serves only to hasten and widen that divide. And it denies that fundamental spiritual reality of all things being connected and one. So, how can we better come to this sense of connection? By remembering what this journey is really all about, which is love. Whether you're far right-leaning or far left or somewhere in between, we all love. Our families and friends, our companion animals, and so many other wonderful things. And do I dare say, liberty as well. We all would like to live our lives on our own terms. Is that not the very definition of liberty? These are things I believe all Americans have in common. It's when we believe our way is the only way, and we must enforce it upon others, is where the breakdown begins. It's when we start taking freedoms away, do we risk alienating ourselves from others. It's when we feel these very basic things, love, friendship, and liberty, may be thwarted, is when we move into the mode of fear, which also includes protectionism and lashing out, which again leads to destruction. Those are the very seeds of destruction. We must ask, is this where we want to go as a nation? Is this where we want to go within ourselves, as well as with the other countries around the world? I don't have, and would never claim to have, the answers on how to manage or get through this struggle with our fellow Americans. All I know is that we are connected, all the way down to the quantum level. We all come from the same source. We all are spirits in a physical journey working through to the lessons of love. Therefore, separation and division is counterproductive and a real definition of alternate truth. Labeling others in an us versus them psychology only works to further divide and will destroy. It is okay to disagree. It is not okay to hate. We have nothing to fear but fear itself. If we can come together through the foundations of love and love of liberty instead of us versus them, what an amazing country this could be.